Welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ryan Talmadge. That's Davis Crocker. And today I'm not trying to blow his eardrums out because we have some weird issue with his headphones. But why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what we're talking about today?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's Reading Comics. This week's episode 179, and we're going to talk about Department of Truth, Volume 3. As always, tell your friends, your family, anyone who wants to listen to two idiots talk about comics. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and you can listen to us anywhere you get your podcast. As always, let's get into it.
Yeah, we're back on Riverside. I actually went to Davis's house last weekend, and he got very sick.
Yeah, don't have a clue what it was or anything.
Are we feeling better now?
Oh yeah, I felt fine Monday morning when I had to go to work. Had to drive all the way to
That's
Illinois.
convenient.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
No, so I didn't want to join in with your wife calling you a man baby.
No.
But I know how men get sick. We ignore so much. Like, dudes will get sick and legit, like, get to the verge, or not to the verge of dying, but we ignore and suck it up through a lot. So anytime a dude gets to that point, it is bad. And then all women see is just like, oh, he's sick. And he immediately starts acting like a baby. And it's like,
yeah,
I've ignored so much that you just haven't seen.
The amount of the pain I've already been in for the last 24 hours is too much for me to bear already.
Mm.
Too damn stubborn to go see a doctor or even get looked at.
You think I got that good of insurance to go to a doctor?
Yeah, fuck no. Hell, I have good insurance and I still don't go. Still can't go.
True, you have state
Or
insurance.
still don't go. But mine's probably also wrapped up on top of
froze on me, Davis.
Exhaustion and everything else that. Oh yeah, we were lagging out.
Yeah, but it won't come through on the recording.
Oh, yeah.
It'll just look like me interrupting you like an asshole.
But yeah, the exhaustion been on the road for going on. What's this now? This is the middle of November. Been going since August. Every day, somewhere else. And I think it all finally just caught up to me and just
yeah.
Chills,
Speaking of
throwing
exhaustion,
up, toilet.
Oh, well, I didn't do that, but wedding and family Thanksgiving back to back.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. How did that all go with so much family? Because you're not a big
but you're not a big gone very badly.
Anyway. Oh,
let's just say we showed up. No, let's just say we showed up to the rehearsal. Me, my dad, and my stepmom and grandfather were the first ones there.
Friday night.
Yeah. And the person that owned the venue was the bride's boss, and she knows my stepmom. And we pull up, and she's like, "Yeah, we don't have anything set up because she hasn't really told us what she wants."
And this is at what time?
We got there at 6, like we were supposed to. Everybody else was late.
And it was supposed to start at 6?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But somehow they did it. They pulled it together. It actually looked pretty good. But they set it all up morning of.
So even the actual wedding aspect of it wasn't ready.
No,
like that wasn't even. They
did not hire a wedding planner, which expensive, but after seeing other people's weddings and seeing your wedding, which I think you had 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say it's worth it.
Technically one, and a friend helped her out. But yes.
Okay.
My sister had a wedding planner. That was literally she used to work for my sister or something, so knew her already. But it was just kind of like, what do you want? I'll have it ready. We'll be here. I'll tell the photographer where to go. I'll tell them where to put the tables. All you do is show up, get your dress on, and walk down the aisle. Like you have everything. You tell me what to do, and I'll have it ready and going for you. to get married and not have a wedding planner is
No, the bride
it's
did
it's
it
a
all,
little
which
personally mentally is dumb just because
yeah,
physically and mentally that's adding a lot to your day. Like
yeah,
that's adding a lot to your damn day. But so that's strike one right there.
yeah. It looked nice. The food, I think they bought more food than they should have because I
Well,
don't
you
think they
always
did. I don't think they did. No, like they just bought
oh
trays of like sandwich type stuff, which
uh
was worked out fine. Bought a lot of beer, but they didn't do RSVPs, and
so they didn't
they
know.
just knew how many invites they sent out
Yeah.
and bought that much, which
Okay.
not the
Is
worst
this
problem to have.
was this Friday night or Saturday night?
Saturday for the actual
Okay.
wedding. Wedding was at
Okay.
3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Odd
Um.
odd odd time to have the wedding.
Yeah, and then my brother, I guess, was responsible for ice, and he forgot to. So he sent my brother-in-law's younger brother to go get it. He missed the entire ceremony.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro, fastest ceremony I've ever seen. They were
Fast,
11 minutes.
faster than ours?
Yeah,
Mine?
11
Holy
minutes.
shit.
Yeah,
Ours was fast.
yeah. If their yard, or because they were both on like country houses,
Yeah.
um, let's just say yours had a bigger yard, and so
Mm-hmm.
we were like one step off the stairs. We were only like 5 steps away from when the chair started. So
Oh shit. Yeah, we had to
yeah,
do a pretty good. I mean, hell, 5 minutes of ours was just us, everybody walking down the
walking.
aisle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
no, fast, which wasn't a problem.
not a chance. Not a
And
chance.
once the wedding got going, everything was fine. But I was drinking decent amount. Like I got drunk, or tipsy
we're
Friday night at the rehearsal because it was the only way I was
okay.
making it through. I was like, this is a shit show.
Yeah,
um,
because I mean, you pretty much showed up to then being voluntold to start laying shit out.
yeah. Um, yeah. But I had a fun time. I was same as yours, cracking jokes. Did like we were supposed, walk up, separate, whatever. During the rehearsal, I told the chick, I was like, "Hey, we gotta have a high five every time we rehearse or whatever." And then like whenever we'd split, I'd like Euro step to my spot in the line, stupid stuff like that.
Jesus.
But yeah, no, that was fun. And then get to the day of the wedding. Uh, Originally supposed to be there at 1:30. They changed it the night before because they wanted everybody here and ready to go. And I mean, we couldn't all show up on time to the rehearsal, so why did we think we would
Wait,
show up on time for the wedding? So they
yeah.
changed it to 12. And
Okay.
all the women were there at 12, and I was there at 12.
Out of how many
None of
guys?
the groomsmen plus the groom would be 6.
So not even the groom. So not even your
No,
brother was there on time.
no, he was the last one there. Um,
The fuck
he
were y'all
he
not?
did have to pick up the food, so
Oh
yeah.
God. I mean, how long they been planning this wedding?
How long has she been planning this wedding?
Well, I mean, I know.
Like 2 months or so. I don't know.
I thought it was a little longer than that, but
Maybe I don't know.
either way, the
Yeah, I was upset, but that gave me a lot of time to
yeah.
drink by myself. So
I was about to say, oh, and
I was
that's
very drunk Saturday.
I was about to say you are the king of drinking by yourself.
Yeah, that makes me sound like an alcoholic. I don't like drinking by myself, but a wedding's a wedding, and I'm
But
gonna get
when
fucked up.
but when you do, but when you do start drinking by yourself,
I'm not.
you are
It was not as
done.
bad as your rehearsal dinner, and I was nowhere near Cody at your wedding.
Oof. Yeah, 'cause our
But
rehearsal dinner we all got pretty smashed,
I did take my
and then
shirt
the
off again, so that
well, I don't
was.
think your shirt came fully off at mine. You went all the buttons were down,
Oh, I went all
and then
buttons
you did the
pretty quickly. My
yeah,
sister said
and
you're
then you
losing
did
a
the
button
Stone
every
Cold.
song.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
didn't
the
do
point.
that. I threatened to do it a couple times though.
Oh God.
Um,
You didn't do the Stone Cold this time. Stone Cold.
I couldn't get him to play wrestling music.
Uh, damn.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, It wasn't the right crowd.
Oh,
Um,
mm,
but yeah. So say all that. Say I got very drunk
yeah,
at my brother's wedding. Then the next day, Sunday, my mom's side of the family decided to have Thanksgiving.
yeah.
And if I'm
And,
grading
and
my
know
Thanksgiving, huh?
and knowing that y'all just got done with your brother's wedding,
Yeah.
because your sister
She
had to.
knew where it
You
was.
was your
She knew.
sister?
My mom knew when it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Because your
me and my
sister was
sister
at
were
your
both in
brother's
the
wedding,
wedding.
right?
Yeah. We were
Right.
both in the
Okay. All
wedding.
right. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were there as
And
long as I
then
was. Probably not as drunk as I was, but yeah.
no, but I okay. Go ahead.
Um, if I had to give myself an overall grade at my mom's side of the family, Thanksgiving today, it's probably an F.
Oh God.
I showed up hungover at 1 p.m.
Still hungover.
Yeah.
So
Chugged water, drank some grease or ate some greasy food the next morning. Took ibuprofen, and like 5 minutes before, or as people started walking in, I was still feeling it. I was just like, I know the only thing that can fix this. So I went and started sipping another beer.
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
at that point. It's beer. Back. Just start putting more alcohol back in me. Do
Yeah.
you have that weird that weird shake
I
going on?
was not shaking. Have had that
Oh, okay.
before, but did not this time. Uh,
Yeah, the
and then
weird
so
shakings.
I was pretty grumpy, and there's a lot of people wanting to ask like a million questions. I was just like, look, I'm not in the mood right now. Um,
A million
and
questions
then
about what?
how life is going, like normal questions that I wasn't in the mood for.
Oh,
um, yeah,
just normal life questions.
yeah. So then we started feeling better, and my grandmother goes, "Hey, all the younger kids are out there playing football. You should go play with them." And I looked at her like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So it
Like the
was,
next youngest under you, like the next youngest under you is like middle
well, my
teens, right?
stepsister,
Oh, okay.
who is 1 year younger than me, or
Yeah.
1 or 2.
Okay, yeah.
Um, but then after that, there's like a clear the cousin that is 2 years younger than me, and like my stepsister are close in age. But then after those two, it drops dramatically.
Right.
To like high school age. Well, I do have another cousin that's in her second year of college, but then high school and below. And then the grandkids were out there playing, and so it was some of my younger cousins and the grandkids. I said, you know what? I am going to go out there and play. And my nephew, and I guess technically my cousin, because my uncle's only 10 years older than me, but his girlfriend has a son that is my nephew's age. And then one of my cousins, who is in high school, decided they were going to do boys versus girls 2-hand touch football against that high school cousin's girlfriend, my niece, and one of my other girl cousins. And so I walk out there. I'm like, well, guess what? I'm on the girls' team. And yeah, the score started picking up way a lot faster, and I was scoring. My nephew was calling me a cheater just simply for starting to win, and he doesn't handle that well. Um, the kid who's my nephew's age but is actually my cousin,
Yeah.
champ, took an elbow to the face, hit his knee on the
God,
concrete, and got
fuck.
up and was like less than 2 minutes crying each time,
Damn.
and took it like a pro. I was like, Will, you need to learn something from that guy.
It's like that kid will survive life.
Yeah. Um, but bad incident number two. At one point, I was breathing heavy. And they did the thing where you set the ball down so they go huddle, and then you can't go
Yeah.
past the ball. I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a knee right at the ball, and didn't even make it down to a knee and ripped my jeans,
Up the crotch or up the
front and
back.
back,
Oh, no you didn't.
in front of my cousin's new girlfriend, who this is the first time she's ever met me.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah. And then kept playing. I was like, I mean,
Well,
y'all
yeah,
seen
I
it
mean,
now.
at that point, it's just like,
And
all
I
right,
was,
fuck it.
I was like, y'all are in trouble because now I can move even better.
Yeah, now I have movement room. I
Yeah.
have room to move.
So we played a lot. My nephew kept hitting me, and I called a personal foul on him every time. Like we'd make a good play. He's like, "That's cheating," and hit me in the back or the stomach. I'm like, "Personal foul, 5 yards." And the kid that probably deserved to cry a little bit started to be like, What are you talking about? Personal foul?" I was like, "Get your teammate under control." And then he started yelling at my nephew. I was like, "I like this kid."
So there's somebody with some stones out here.
Yeah. And then we lost track, and I did the absolute pro move of anyone that ever plays pickup sports. You wait till you get the ball, and then when you're tired, you say, "All right, next score wins."
Yeah, yeah.
So me and the girls' team won because
Just pulled the,
I handed it to my
just pulled the.
cousin's girlfriend and was like, "Hey, Alex is pretty tired, so he's not going to cover me. Um, and them two are too short, so I'm going to stand in the end zone, just get it near me."
Just
And
spraying
sure
and
enough,
praying.
just went touchdown. And my cousin's crying. He's like, "That's not fair." I was
Get
like,
taller.
I wanted to look at my nephew and be like, "You see that man right there that is 6'5", 240? That's my uncle who's 10 years older than me and
Yeah,
is a fucking genetic freak. Try having to do this shit against him." And
yeah.
that's
The
back when
entire
we
time
didn't
you have
have
to worry
enough
about.
kids and it was just monkey in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. It just turned it. Yeah, it just turned into the youngest kid just getting monkeyed in the middle for an hour and a
Exactly.
half. See, I didn't grow up with too many like enough kids to do that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. We did it a few times. There was like 6 of us trying to do it. We'll go into wife's family. They have like 40 people show up to family
Oh, yeah.
functions, and there's like 15 kids or 20 something folks that'll actually go out there and play. Well, me and the three older cousins, the ones that at the time had no kids and just there for whatever,
Yeah.
it would just be the three or four of us just absolutely hounding all the little kids.
Oh, yeah.
We just run by them holding the ball over their head, just running down the field.
Mm-hmm.
And it did the same thing. Like after like 20 minutes and we needed a beer or needed another refill, it was like, all right, next score wins. We just chunk it in the back of the end zone and just go, all right, we're going inside.
Oh, no. The first, 5 plays, I was giving effort, like maximum effort,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
was
The
juking the
first,
shit out of little kids and stuff.
yeah,
And then would get up and, like, all right, I need a timeout. I was
yeah.
breathing so heavy until I finally found that groove of where, like, I'm jogging, but it's a short backyard, so I can still get
Right.
there in time I need to. Um, but yeah, no. Then football game's over. Go inside. My mom had ran out of chairs, so she grabbed some old patio furniture that came with the house. And so I was sitting at that, just trying to cool off and stuff. Uh, and so this brand new house is the first Thanksgiving we've had here. And I was not the only person to sit in these chairs. I'm just the one that noticed the scratch that those chairs made in the floor. In the floor. Yeah.
They didn't have the little. They didn't have the little cone pieces
Yeah,
on
they
the end of
had
them,
rubber
like on
tips,
the
but I
feet.
mean, they'd been outside for who knows how
Oh,
long.
but it was.
I mean, they were there with the
Oh, but
house.
they after people were sitting on
Yeah.
after people had been sitting on them, they were driving through that rubber, the
Oh, yeah.
tip.
And I mean, big
Oh
scratches. I was like, that was probably me, but I'm going to hold on to this excuse that I wasn't the only one sitting in that chair. And
God
so
Almighty!
my
Because
stepdad, who looked
y'all
like a
they
pro,
hadn't
he's
been in
like,
the house
"You're
for
fine." Huh? It's been
because they
less than a
hadn't been
year
in
since
that
they've owned that
house,
house.
right?
Yeah.
Fuck!
My
Like
stepdad was like,
through
"Hold
the
on, let me see if I can buff it out." And it wasn't coming out. And so I finally went over to my mom. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to take you rug shopping." And she came over there and tried to be as nice about it as she could. But I guess they technically did fine. You know, they make those markers that are supposed to just go over stuff like that.
yeah, but it just depends on how deep it got
Yeah.
in there. Like if it's just like the finish,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the marker can get the like the dust out. But if that
Yeah.
shit got through and got into the wood, then
Yeah.
whew,
But they found that marker when they moved in, and so they're like, it seems like these floors have been getting scratched up a lot, and maybe the people before
Yeah.
had been using it, but I was like, oh well. So yeah,
Test your chairs.
that's
Test your chairs first.
that's how my day went today.
God Almighty.
Showing
Yeah,
up
you've had a
hungover, ripping my pants, playing football with kids, and then damaging my parents' house.
Jesus. So you've had a very interesting weekend for sure.
Yeah.
Golly.
Mom's like, I told my mom, I was like, I'm sorry. I was a shit show today, and she was like, it's
Yeah.
fine, don't worry about it. I was like, well, I'm gonna go talk about it on the internet tonight. So
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. The rest of the 40 people that listen to us will hear about this.
yeah, I do have to shout one of our listeners out. He messaged us on our Facebook,
Oh,
and showed us. I guess Greg Capullo did a cover for something the Hulk.
okay.
And remember I sent you that thing where he's talking to Marvel right now. So I don't know if he's just on the Hulk or if he's going to be doing something else. But shout out Matt Wright. He said he loves the show, and he sent us that, and he's like, "Hell
Hey,
yeah!" I didn't know if that was somebody you knew or what, but he messaged us on
Mark.
Facebook.
I don't know a Mark Wright.
All right,
So
well, cool.
sweet.
We actually have a fan
Hey.
then. Um,
Well,
to all
thank you very
everybody else
much.
listening, though, it's as easy as that. Just message us,
Yeah.
and if you want to request a book, request a book.
Yeah.
Except
We do
for
finally.
the Watchmen, because that's a
Yeah,
100
that.
subscribers goal,
Yeah,
which
we
we're at
got a lot of
60
work
last
to
time
do
I
still.
checked.
Yeah, I saw that. We got one or two in the last month,
Yeah. So
something like that.
I think when it hits 80, we should probably go ahead and actually record it. That way, when we hit 100, we can just drop it.
Yeah, because
But
that's
that's
gonna
like a
be a
next year
planned
problem.
weekend.
So
Yeah, that's definitely at this rate that might be a 2 year from now problem.
yeah, I think we're plus. After sitting at like 33 for so long, I think we're at like plus 20 something this year.
Hey, I'll take it.
This is
Hey,
subscriber YouTube wise. This has been our best year so far.
yeah, an exponential. Hey, that's an exponential growth.
Yeah.
It's almost double.
I don't think you could define that right now, but yeah.
No, it's not actually definable at this stage. It's just a
Yeah.
cool word to use.
Um, I will address something. No Invincible this month. That
No,
will probably most likely the
may
1st of January.
yeah,
For us, the show should be complete by the time the episode comes out. Probably very close to
yeah,
being completed to where we could actually read the next volume and not
yeah.
spoil anything. So
Because I finally got on there and started watching the first episode, and I think
yeah.
there's only 3 episodes out currently.
Mm-hmm.
So
I ain't gonna lie.
this is
First episode had me very concerned because they mess
I
around a little bit with the multiverse, and I'm kind of over
yeah,
multiverses right now.
yeah. But you got to think Invincible's been doing it. I mean, when the comic came out,
Yeah.
however long ago. But either way, yeah,
The
it
good
got
news is
started.
I think if it is, I've only watched the first 2 episodes. I think it's just the multiverse stuff was just to set up that villain. I don't think he does too much jumping around or
Okay.
enough to be confusing.
Well,
So
because like what they even described, like I made it to the point where Invincible, or it's the other dimension where Invincible actually joins Omni Man,
hmm
and they're fucking up everything. Which
yeah,
holy shit! And then I think they show the new team is finally like are getting their ass beat by like
yeah,
this red Cyclops,
hmm
and then that's I ended up just falling asleep just because it was just like one, I'm exhausted, 60
hmm
hour week, didn't get home till 9 o'clock Friday night, and then did Santa pictures Saturday morning, and then
mm.
watched football, slept, did more pictures today. It's great. Holidays are great. It's wonderful. I love it. It's so amazing. But either way,
Fuck that
I'm
one
glad that
dude that at my sister's wedding just kept showing me the score to Auburn, New Mexico State.
dude, you don't.
I
you
actually
don't know
didn't watch it,
how.
so I'm not going to sit here and talk about it a lot, but I
I know,
seriously
but
had that one dude just kept showing me the score.
there was one point I almost texted you and was like, dude, how bad? Like, I almost did it, and I'm like, no, he's at his brother's wedding.
Yeah.
He's probably pissed. Like, I'm not gonna rub it in because we
There
also have a
was
very at
one
the time
Auburn
of
fan
recording.
who legit left the reception and was just standing by his car watching it on his phone. And then my dad just kept checking Gamecast or whatever. And he would say the score. I said, "Shut the fuck up. We're not
Just
talking about
dude,
that right now."
it's like at this
Assuming that in
point,
the second half we would get our shit together. That did not happen.
I watched the whole second half, had it on the other TV, and it was just it
Probably
got
the
worse.
worst loss in Auburn history.
Um, mm,
I
possibly,
can't think of
possibly.
anything.
I, and one big thing that kept me from like texting you was like we have like the biggest game coming up, the
Oh,
Iron Bowl.
we're
It no, I know. It's just it's the Iron Bowl in Jordan Hare. Bama's going to the SEC championship game. It's just like it just feel like it's just always just going in the Iron Bowls like bullshit Auburn, show up to the game, fuck around and
no.
pull some shit out their ass.
The only thing I could think is they literally spent this entire week focusing on Bama.
Ah,
And if that's the case, I guarantee it's going to be like Tennessee. We'll keep it close first
yeah,
quarter, maybe the first half, and then y'all just kill us. So
that's I won't like it, but I can handle it. But my thing is with the New Mexico State game is like New Mexico State is not a bad program,
no,
and
well, now
8-3,
9-3.
9-3 now. But going into the game eight
Well,
and
that doesn't
three,
add up. 8-3
no, they
because they
could
have
have
one
ended their
game after
season.
this.
USC ended their season this weekend because they played that week zero bullshit.
Oh, maybe. I know
So they
New
could
Mexico
either way.
State's going to like the Conference USA Championship.
Yeah, they're either 8-3 or 7-3, whatever it breaks out to be.
Yeah.
So they weren't a bad team yet. They were still a 25.5 point underdog.
Yeah.
That didn't
All
make
because
any
we
sense.
blew out a shitty Arkansas team
The week before, an Arkansas team that went on a 6-game losing
that's
streak
ready to quit.
showed up to Florida, beat Florida, and then just
Yeah, Billy Napier, what are you doing?
yeah showed up to beat Florida in Florida just for like fluke, and then turned around and I don't know.
I don't know.
But either way, yeah, it wasn't pretty, man. That was sad. It was sad to
I'm
watch.
glad I didn't have to watch it.
It was sad to watch Tennessee
But when
just
they
get
showed me
fucking
the final, I was like, well, now I'm just going to get more drunk. So
yeah. It was sad to watch Tennessee, Georgia bend Tennessee over the barrel and show them the 50 states.
I fucking hate Georgia. God.
Dude.
But we did read a comic book.
Yes, we did.
Pretty good.
Yes. Really fucking weird this week.
Yeah. So the first one, or credit some people. I know James Tinian the fourth is the writer.
Yeah, that's a writer. We got issue 6, art by Elsa Charadier.
Sure.
Colors by Matt Hollingsworth. Issue number 7, art by Tyler Boss. Colors by Roman Titov. Issue 14, art by John J. Pearson. Issue 15, art by David Romero. Issue 16, art by Allison Sampson. Colors by Jordi Belair. Issue number 17, art by George Fornes. Colors by Jordic Belair. Letterer Aditya Didiker. And our designer,
That
Dylan
one sounds
Todd.
familiar. Probably
Didiker?
because this is our third volume of.
Well, this is
Yeah.
What it looks like is like the letterer and designer got everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
Looks like they got everything. It's like, look, we'll give you the art and give you colors, but no, all the typewrite has to be the same.
Probably. So when this was coming out, while I was reading it, the one about the dude going to talk to the old lady and the origins of people finding out about the universe was
like the origins of
just people knowing about how it works was a one-off, which is kind of like why it goes issue 6, I think 8, and then like 10 through 13 or something.
Yeah, the title of that issue is called Deviation 1.
Yeah.
so it deviated from the story
Mhm.
back to
And there's
tell.
all 5 or 6 issues that were in this book were all called deviations.
Yeah,
Uh, which I didn't mind. Only mapping is always such a huge thing, and typically I would like it to be in release order, but in the big collected uh, version that Image does, it's in
yeah.
release order, not in. I was like, can we put like all the deviations on the
Oh,
back, or put them where
well,
the?
it
But
looks
it came out
like
in release order, which I won't complain about ever. So,
yeah, which it looks like 6 and 7 were like the oddballs,
mm-hmm.
and then 14, 15, 16, 17
Was almost like a whole thing.
was a story arc in its own.
Yeah, and 7 fit naturally great with
7,
the other
yeah,
4 because
yeah.
7
6
is
is
just the backstory of what's his name, Doc?
the one with the tinfoil
Tinfoil
hat.
Head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Doc.
his name's
I
Doc.
don't. I'm getting to his trying to get to his real name. But yeah, 6 is literally uh God, I just looked at his name. One that shot JFK.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey, like
It's like his
being
first day there.
introduced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
like
even that
here's
time.
the
So yeah, all these go together.
yeah. They do go together. It's a good
And
little story arc. It's just
that's just the first story he read when they told him, "All right, read this entire
yeah.
library."
Learn Latin first,
Yeah,
then
handed him a
then read
Latin to
this.
English dictionary.
Yeah. Um yeah, because that deviation 1 issue 6 is the weirdest. Like I did not like the way they drew it all.
Yeah.
I liked what they did when you went back in time. Like
hmm
that's cool. Like oh well, we are completely not in the realm of
Yeah.
normal. But leaving the common era or their current time
Yeah.
zone, even that weird uh,
Blurry art.
art style is
Yeah.
was weird. Um, but it's even different. It's even different from volumes 1 and 2,
Yeah.
where they've got everything drawn. It's like everything in the past is like which to me we were putting together the fact that like back when
The,
they were figuring this out, or like
yeah.
when Lee Harvey was learning,
hmm
the history and timeline was one. It was still one continuous thing.
Yeah.
But as we jump forward to current time, like our current time that we've done in volume 1 and 2, to me, because it's so fuzzy, it's showing that oh no, everything is deviating.
Oh yeah.
Nothing that you believe is real. Everything
hmm
can be fake. Everything can be a hoax, and
Yeah.
it all could be real at the exact same time.
hmm
But that was kind of how I put it together in my head.
The typical art style for volumes 1 and 2, though, seems like it does take a lot of time. So it doesn't
Oh
surprise
yeah,
me that, like, okay, here's like, if the artist ever can't make their due, I don't know if this is what they do, but to me, it'd be like, okay, if the artist ever can't make their due date, here's like deviation, and we just have this storyline go if they ever can't make their
yeah,
due date. And then we don't have to worry about what type of art is in those volumes
yeah,
or those issues.
because because the deviations were definitely a very way more clean cut what you would expect from a comic, just clean
hmm
edges, clean cut everything. Where
Yeah.
like you said, volume 1 and 2 was that weird, like everything was fuzzy. Everybody's face wasn't quite defined right. Everything had something that wasn't quite here or there.
hmm But issue 6 was awesome. It was uh someone that worked for the Catholic Church going to hunt down this lady because she's one of the last people that knew that the Catholic Church found out how the universe works. And when the Roman
Well,
Empire
no, well,
fell, they were
yeah,
like,
because she
"All
was
right,
from
yeah, she was somebody. She was the emperor's great granddaughter or something like that.
yeah one of the daughters to something. Yeah,
Whoever the last
I
emperor
was just
was."
trying to. Yeah, I was trying to see if I
And
couldn't
then so
scan
they
real
send
quick
a
and find
monk to
it.
go
But
kill her, and she explains the whole story of, I know that y'all fabricated and got enough people to believe in a history that didn't actually happen. Y'all fabricated like 300 years worth of history that everybody just
yeah,
accepts now.
yeah, that because the guy was like, "Oh yeah, you're 500 years old." She goes, "Not really. I'm more like 90 because of the way
Yeah,
because apparently Charlemagne
yeah,
uh was one of the Roman Catholic popes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
to celebrate his like coronation. Well, it
Mhm.
wasn't his coronation. It was like to celebrate his life.
It
The
was like an
current pope
anniversary or something.
changed the calendar.
Mhm.
Yeah, changed the. They're saying they changed the calendar to make
Mhm.
it 1000 AD to
Yeah.
celebrate Constantine's life,
Mhm.
which would have jumped the time 300 years, which then ties into the
And it
Dark
was something
Ages.
about, like, they would know if it worked if there was an actual body in that tomb
Yeah, yeah, because
or the
uh,
coffin, because it if it didn't work, there would have been nothing in there. But if the
yeah,
people
because
believed
Charlemagne,
there was a body, and when they
yeah,
opened it, there was a body.
yeah, because Charlemagne wasn't a real person. Like he was portrayed as like the first Catholic pope or
Mhm.
something like that. They didn't really explain
They
about
get pretty
like real
they get
world.
pretty deep into it without, like, they just expect you to kinda know what's going on.
Yeah, because
So if you haven't
Constantine,
read it in a while,
yeah,
it goes off the deep end pretty quick.
stretched across the known worlds. Barbarians of the north grew stronger. Yeah, this is where like
Yeah.
she like even goes back and starts to
Europe
Europe
starts
shattered
taking
into
over shit.
100 little kingdoms. Yeah, because
Mhm.
Europe shattered into 100 kingdoms. Uh, Empire. That empire was split into two. Within 2 centuries, the last Western Roman emperor would fall. Uh, yeah, I mean, she gets it goes into pretty good detail without actually
Yeah.
going. Oh, and then the Prophet Muhammad came about.
Mhm.
They call it their new religion and empire, but never call it uh Muslim. Is it called? It's called Muslim. What?
Yeah.
Uh, it's not called. It's like Christianity, but it's either way. And you know what
Actually
I'm
don't
talking about.
know.
It,
I know what you're talking about.
but
I don't know the word. It's bugging me now.
Muslim faith.
Yeah.
But yeah, my brain literally just fried
Mhm.
itself on. Yeah, but that was really cool. And then
Mhm.
when they
And
come
then
out of the story, Lee Harvey, he has a notepad out and he calls it "The Enlightened is the Illuminati."
yeah,
So is what she calling is
I think she was
she
saying
the enlightened, or
yeah,
are they the
because
is what
right before the monk goes to kill her, she was like, "I'm not the only one out there. We're
right?
everywhere and we're watching everything, and you'll never be able to stop us." And then I think she's saying that her and those people are the Illuminati, is what I got out of it.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. We are the enlightened. Yeah,
Hmm.
okay. And so
So makes me
in the
think.
current,
Makes me think.
go ahead.
Were they the ones that eventually became the uh, Department of Truth? Or are they the ones
Well,
that eventually became Black Hat?
that's what I was wondering. I was sitting here going, is Lee Harvey Oswald, this Lee Harvey Oswald, is
Hmm.
he the the good or the bad,
Yeah.
or who is good and who's bad in this situation?
Hmm.
Like, who are we? I would say that the lady in red with the two
It's
X's,
definitely the
she
bad.
shows up first.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's first in there because she
Hmm.
meets the woman.
Hmm.
Um, but in our last volume, Lee Harvey Oswald is both good and bad. There's two running around
You talking about
in
the
volume
last of
two.
this volume or volume
No,
two?
no, no, volume two.
I think.
When the kid goes to the basement, the
Yeah.
uh the guy they introduced, the one that's wearing the hat, the little kid at the
Yeah.
end
Yeah.
of this,
Hmm.
um,
Did you catch
he
the?
tells,
Did you catch the Easter egg in this volume when Doc and Lee Harvey Oswald went to that old dude's house, the grandkid that said, my grandfather's crazy and he hits me.
yeah,
That's the guy because he puts on a hat with an
yeah,
upside
yeah,
down
yeah, yeah,
flag.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I just said. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the kid. I
mhm,
forgot his name. I went back and reread the end of volume two just to,
yeah. I don't think there was two running around. I think the guy was just like he could be whatever the term they use for. He
yeah,
could be the real Lee Harvey Oswald that was set up or that killed JFK, or he could be
the
whatever
actual
term they use.
Department of Truth.
Yeah, he could be. Uh, they had some term for like If you're not
Yeah.
the actual
The,
person,
the,
you're just what reality changed into, what everybody
right.
believed. They have some term for it, and it was like, which JFK do you think it is, and do you think it's someone you should be listening to? And that's where Volume Two
Yeah.
left off.
That's right.
Um,
And then we jump back into these
yeah.
deviations,
Um,
which I am fully for getting some history here. We finally
mhm.
get some history on what's going on, which is
Oh yeah. But then like the last 4 or 5 issues are either Doc's backstory, and then Lee Harvey Oswald and Doc's like first few months in the Department of Truth.
yeah.
And you can
Uh,
see now why Doc is now no longer a field agent.
yeah, because Lee, it's they go through this whole alien thing. Um, the one that really freaked me out was I think Deviation 5,
Is
where
that
they had
the?
the acid trip one.
Oh, that's Lee Harvey Oswald. Because this one before that was the Mothman from West Virginia,
Mothman, yeah,
and the first
and
time
Lee,
anything
not
has ever been captured live, and that's when Lee
yeah,
Harvey Oswald. They said he went and looked at it every day because he's like, "Am I one of you?" And then that's where he left and went on this acid trip
yeah.
because
Well,
he,
and a man named Indrid Cold
yeah.
talked to him.
Mm.
I'm scrolling as we're talking, and
Oh yeah, yeah. The dude that smiles all the time. He
yeah,
told him, he's like, yeah. He basically came out and said, "Hey, you're one of us. You're not the real Lee Harvey Oswald," and that's
right.
why he leaves the department and goes on this acid trip, and because he's like freaking out and doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, that whole Deviation 5 where it's just literal just a fucking acid trip dream the whole
Mm-hmm.
time. That was weird.
Mm-hmm. And
Where
then
the
the lady
DV
turned out
Oh
to
yeah.
be the Scarlet Lady.
That's what I'm scrolling.
Can't remember.
I don't know if she did or if she just yep. Well, he's hallucinating that she
Mm-hmm.
does. Make your own real and live in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lee's like, yeah, because he wakes up just on the floor and then picks up the phone
Yeah.
and says, "All right, I'm ready to come home."
But we do
And then
find out
and we get
in
to the,
the moon
go
landing.
ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do get to see that Lee Harvey Oswald, though. Um, I guess the Red Lady goes, finds people, and leads them to do the things that she wants them to do. And
right.
she was in the room with him, where he shot JFK, like with the gun.
Yes. Though she
And I
actually
couldn't.
did it.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't remember. Is she's the one that actually did it, or he did?
Yeah. Which is another reason Doc like
Hmm.
didn't want to go with Lee anymore because he's like, no, I fear him now. Like
Yeah, because he
there's
might
things in
be.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah, something wrong.
but does that make? I can't remember. There was a thing in Volume Two. It's like there's only so many people that have seen the Lady in Red. I
Correct.
know Cole,
The
Lee
black girl,
Harvey.
the black girl, the
I
one
think
Cole's
she
running
saw it
around with.
while Cole was there.
Okay.
Because she was definitely, yeah, she was definitely at the ice wall at the beginning. So,
Yeah.
um,
Because
but
I think
then
because that was the whole point of like Cole being like brought
mm,
in was because he had
he saw
seen
her.
her. Yeah.
But now I can't remember if Doc had seen her, but he may have.
I don't think Doc did see her. I think Doc just like was putting pieces together of like
Yeah.
injured Cold was talking to him, it scared him.
Hmm.
Then Lee went down, started talking about the Red Lady and Mothman, and then
Yeah.
it just finally just like looped and looped that Doc was like
Yeah.
already a schizo anyways and was
Hmm.
afraid. Was
Yeah.
like, no, no, I'm
He's got the
like,
G-men and aliens
yeah,
chasing him.
yeah. He's like, no, I'm out. Fuck it. Like,
Yeah.
just leave me in the basement.
And we
I'll
find
stay
out
here.
why tinfoil's the thing. It stops
Yeah, it stops the actual
or
yeah
telepathy.
telepathy. Um,
Um, then we
I
finally get
think
to the moon landing, though. Moon
I
landing was
think
faked.
yeah, I think I understand now. Well, understand a piece more of like why the current time frame is so freaked out, is like so
Hmm.
messed up, is because at the end of this, Nixon's like, okay, no, we now control reality.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we control reality. So
They
whatever
they basically make it seem like he
where
was
the
the first
Department of
one
Truth
to
was
weaponize
just
it.
keeping things. Yeah, where Department of Truth was like, oh no, we just want to keep things on a
Hmm.
on a clean, consistent, keep everything as real as we can, one history. To Nixon was like, oh no,
We
if
just won the
we
Cold War.
believe it, it's like no, we need to test it first. If they
Yeah.
don't leave, if they just all of a sudden wake up one day believing they all went to the space, then we can weaponize. Then we can win the
Hmm.
Cold War. We can make the Russians quit. We can, um, and the Russians have their own Department of Truth apparently.
It was called something of lies. It was basically making
Uh,
fun of the Department of Truth.
yeah, I was trying to see if I couldn't find it again. But either way, it's like now you're starting to get of kind of like where the first volume, first issue was like
Hmm.
the Roman Empire had one truth, one history. The English Empire had another. The Catholic Church has another, and whose history is real.
Yeah.
And henceforth, history's written by the winners, and whoever's
Hmm.
the winner writes history.
Yeah. But no, it's really fun. I haven't even looked to see if there's a volume 4 out yet, but I'm looking forward to that.
I would.
Uh,
It's got to be getting close
yeah, it's got to be close. We gave a while between 2 and 3,
because
and it's
they
like one of the best-selling comics out right now. So
yeah uh where is it? Because they just did the hardcover, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
recently.
volume four's out.
Oh, sweet, cool.
Just making sure. Came out came out December 21 of 22.
They probably got more. I would assume
So
we should be
five
close to
might be coming
5,
out. Yeah, five should be coming out here
as long as they
shortly
didn't
then.
take any breaks.
Well, that's true too.
It is
But
an Image comic though.
there are 4 books on Amazon Prime right now.
Okay.
And the Kindle
Um.
and the Kindle store and all that bullshit.
Yeah. Uh. Do you have a personal recommendation?
Um no, go ahead. I think I got one. I just got to put my thoughts together.
Okay. I do have one. Well, I almost had two. But I will give the one that I did do, or the one that I almost did. I almost did Scavengers Reign on Max. It's
Mm-hmm.
a pretty cool animated sci-fi show. It was just a little too slow for me. Um, but uh, probably end up finishing it at some point. But my actual personal recommendation, and I've only seen one episode of it, so it may actually suck, but who knows? Blue Eye Samurai
Ooh,
on Netflix.
yeah.
Uh, I've watched the first episode, and it's basically the premise is at some point in Japan's history, they shut all their borders and didn't allow uh, people in or out. And during that time, if you weren't full-blooded Japanese, you were considered lesser than. And this
Okay.
is the kid is half white, and because he has blue eyes, you don't see very many blue-eyed Japanese people,
Right.
and he has rounder eyes, which they call them round eyes, and so he's basically a samurai going down. I think the backstory is they call it because they show a bullying scene where a kid said, "Your mother was a whore," and she fucked all those white men, and that's why uh, you are like this or something. And I think he's
Shit.
hunting down. He's either hunting down the 4 men who owned that brothel or the 4 white men that still remain in Japan,
Oh,
and just basically to kill them for what they did to his mom. That's basically what I got from episode 1. So
okay. I saw the um
also, I'm not convinced that it's not a she. He has a
you talking about like the
kind of,
protagonist?
yeah, is clearly either a man or pretending to be a man, but the voice when she's not talking to other people, like in her head, sounds like a woman,
Is a little
is a little
okay.
feminine, and then like there's a scene where someone in a brothel tries to get that person to stay at the brothel, and she or the person grabs
Hey,
their
yeah.
hand before they could touch their crotch area and was like, no. So
Oh, because if this, I mean, samurai can never be a woman, so
from what I
that'd be
understand, yeah.
another stain.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be like another stain on like what they're doing if
Yeah.
they're not full blood and
Mm-hmm.
also a female
Yeah.
would be a large, even a bigger stain on what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing. But cool. I saw the ad for it and I watched the 2 seconds of the trailer
Mm-hmm.
and it looked like it was trying to do like a invincible, not like invincible, but trying to do like an animation style,
The art is
like go,
pretty similar.
yeah, like go grab it, like quick
Mm-hmm.
moving blood splatter.
Oh yeah.
uh,
Oh yeah. It's
Uh,
I think it's TVMA, but they said
yeah,
extreme violence.
yeah, but
I
just
don't
kind of
maybe
that
not extreme, but
like just that very over dramatic,
mm-hmm.
dramatized, like flying, swirling, twisting
Yeah.
action grabbing,
Mm-hmm.
the big action grabbing. Um, yeah, I'll definitely it'll be another one on my long list of shit to watch. Uh, mine's gonna be so Star Wars is doing their High Republic era of books. I've talked about it before. Um, well, they finally are transitioning to their second phase of the High Republic. So yeah, I know it's getting a little crazy, but also kind of fun. The main villain of the first series was just kind of getting his feet wet, getting into
Mm-hmm.
the political and like the fight of everything. Well, now they think they've won. The Republic does, and so he's taken a year or two off, and now he's coming back with a bigger force,
Mm-hmm.
more war, more power, and instead of just hanging around the edge of space, he's going straight in for the heart of the Republic. Um,
Always
so
got to be
starting to
a
get
war in
like,
them stars.
oh yeah, so starting to get like, it seems like it's going towards more of a like your first, like in the first era, it was like, oh, the Jedi are peace and prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
It was to show the Jedi's purity, and now it's like, oh no, we're about to show the Jedi's faults
Mm-hmm.
and weaknesses, and we're gonna
I
exploit
do
the
love
shit out
showing the
of it.
Jedi's fault.
Oh, dude, the more I grow up, or the older I get, the more I look back and go, yeah, the Jedi were not the best.
Not
Like the
great.
Jedi were not the greatest. Yes, they're
Neither were
great
the
warriors,
Republic.
and oh no, the Republic was shit.
Yeah.
So was the Empire. The Empire was shit. I mean, they're
Yeah.
almost shit. It's just like the more, like the older you get, you sit there and go,
Just don't trust the government.
yeah. The older you get, it's just like, yeah. So no one's really for you or against you or anything. It's just solely whoever needs to profit the
Mm-hmm.
quickest.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, that'll do it this week. Next week, we have, what do we have, Davis?
Winds of Numasera. I'm looking
Ooh,
forward to this.
I'm curious about your take, but we'll save that for
Oh,
next week. Um,
alrighty.
but yeah, we'll see y'all next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.